All right, hey, shalom, shalom. I'm the priest YAHAWAH from the GMS South Carolina camp, coming back with a quick lesson through the spirit and through the power of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. Call Loyam La, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to my apostles and to my elders in great millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. Peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the elect. All right, shalom. And pretty much in this lesson, I want to touch on the fact that the Lord is about to take down our enemies, mainly Esau, Edom. That's the number one target on the Lord's hit list, man. Right? And all these other nations, they're going to fall as well. But right now, the Lord is in the process of taking down the power structure of Esau, Edom, taking down his kingdom. Right? Let's go real quick. Let's go to Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So right now, we're in that transitioning period to where the Lord is taking down Esau, Edom, taking the kingdom away from him, and he's about to give us the kingdom. He's about to give us the power. Right? Second Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? When it says Esau is the end of the world, this is the end of his time to rule. Right? This is the end of an era, the end of his era to rule, so to speak. Right? The end of an age. Okay? The end of an eon. Okay? Real quick, let's look up that word eon. I believe it's all right, when you type it in, it says a period of existence. Let me see if I can highlight it. It says a period of existence, a lifetime, a generation, a long space of time. A long space of time, period of existence. Okay, so his long space of time, or his period to rule, is coming to an end. Okay, and it says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right, because when Esau falls, and when it's when the kingdom is taken away from him, the Lord is going to finally raise up the children of Israel, beginning with the elect. Okay, on down. But this is the process of what's going on right now. This is why, all of these prophecies are coming to pass. Okay, because it's that time for Esau to be taken down, because the Lord gave him an appointed time to rule, pursuant to Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right. So it says, seeing his days are determined. Right. Because the Lord already knew that he was going to raise up Esau. And after a certain period of time, after a short season, he was going to take him down. Right. It says the number of his months are with thee. They're with the Most High. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right. So Esau is about to lose in a major way. All right. Let's go back to Obadiah. Starting at the first verse, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord YAHAWAH, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Yeah, we're in that period of time because the heathen, nobody has never loved Esau, man. It's just the only, this devil's in power. So people got to deal with him. People got to tolerate him. But now, since Esau is losing his power, the Lord is about to turn the whole world against Esau, Edom. And he's losing his power when they got to say, oh, white lives matter. It's okay to be white. That's how he's losing his power. Okay, everybody is tired of the so-called white man, of the so-called white race. All right. So the Lord, this is his time because he's being revealed. So he's going to go through that shameful spewing. Everybody's going to point the finger at him, and he ain't going to be able to handle it. That's why Revelation 12:12 speaks about that great wrath that he's about to come down with. That's why he's setting up all these draconian laws. He's trying to take away the rights and the freedom of the people. He's about to starve people out in this man-made famine. It's about to get crazy out here, right? But all of this is the part of the process of Esau being taken out of power. It says, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Yeah, Esau is a very proud man. And the Lord, puffed him up even more by letting him have this season, his short season to rule. And the Lord has, given him certain technologies. That's why this devil actually thinks that he's above the Most High. But the Lord has deceived this devil. That's why it says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, Esau thinks that he can't be touched. He thinks that he can't fall, but the Lord is about to show him that he's the one who's in control, not Esau. The Lord is controlling Esau, right? The Lord raised him up just to show his power by taking Esau down. Because a lot of people don't think that this damn devil can fall, especially when it comes to our people. They think that Esau is going to, always be in power, but that's not so. Verse 5. Verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have not stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And everybody is figuring out that Esau, Edom, is the devil. The so-called white man is the devil. A lot of people are finding out that the so-called white man's biblical nationality goes back to the Edomites because he fits the description, right? He according to when it's describing Esau, Edom, and his wickedness, who else does that resonate with, man? The so-called white man trying to put himself as if he's the Most High or above the Most High. When it comes to so-called Jesus, what image do they use and say, this is the Lord and this is how he looks? It just so happens that he looks like a so-called white man. How convenient, right? But that's Esau having that God complex. He wanted everybody to look at him as if he's the power, and that's why he's trying to X out the Most High in his image. But the Lord has always had his remnant, his prophets, right? And that remnant that he was going to raise up in the last days of Esau's society to reveal this devil. Okay. So now he's being searched out. Now everybody is starting to pay attention and look at his track record and see what he's still doing and starting to figure out, you know what? This so-called white man, he's the problem. Everywhere he goes, he leaves a path of death, destruction. He's always lying and trying to deceive, trying to get over on everybody, hoard all the resources for himself. So the whole world is going to turn against Esau. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So yeah, even Esau's so-called allies, they're going to turn against him. NATO, right? The EU, they're going to turn against Esau and launch missiles upon Babylon the Great. This is biblical prophecy. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahawah, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? At one point in time, everybody used to go to the so-called white man for all the answers, and they thought he knew everything. But now people are going to alternative news. You even got his own people that are whistleblowers and exposing this devil, man. Exposing all of the lies and deception that he's been spewing out. Nobody's going to Esau anymore for his answers, right? That's why they got something called misinformation and the war on information, because they can't deceive people anymore with their lies and deception, their secrecy. Okay. And I'm going to read down to 10, because 10 being the point. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. So no Edomite is going to make it into the kingdom of heaven. No Edomite is going to find so-called salvation, right? Every Edomite is going headfirst into slavery for 1,000 years, and then they're going to be exterminated. Thus saith the Lord of the Bible. Okay, so he's going to be cut off by slaughter. It says everyone, his whole line, the whole seed. And why is that going to happen? Verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Yeah, so that shame is covering him now. All of the atrocities that he has done unto the children of Israel is being called out now. That's why they got this term called critical race theory, because they don't want the people knowing, or they don't want the so-called youth knowing about their wicked past and their wicked history towards the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They don't want their children to be exposed to that. They've been trying to hide and run away from the violence that they have shown towards the children of Israel, and not just the children of Israel, but the planet Earth itself, right? So they got a term called critical race theory, which we say this all the time. It's not a theory, it's actual history. The things and the atrocities that you have done unto the children of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, those they actually happen. They're true. So how can it be a theory if it's true? Right? But that's a topic for another day. Now I want to go to real quick. Since we got that out of the way, let's go to Isaiah 34. Well, as a matter of fact, let's go to 2 Thessalonians, because I want to touch on the fact that he's being exposed, right? And I'm going to get to the points. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. Yeah, when it comes to the Israelites, Negroes, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we had to fall away from knowing our heritage. This was all biblical prophecy. Our heritage was completely beaten out of us during hardcore slavery, right? When Esau, pretty much, beat our heritage out of us, sent us through pretty much re-education centers, and had us thinking that we were Negroes, so on and so forth, man. Okay, but that was all through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, for prophecy's sake, man. Okay, so a period of time we had to lose our heritage. Now we're in that time, in the latter end of Esau's rulership. We're in that time to where the Lord has brought us back to our remembrance. Okay, pursuant to let's go to Baruch 2 and 30. And I'm just getting to the points, because that's not what this lesson really is about. Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Speaking about the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? We're still in our captivities, but the Lord has put the spirit upon us to remember to remember ourselves, to come back to our heritage and our nationality, to turn back to the true power. And shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them in heart and ears to hear. So we know that the Lord is for us, that the scriptures is for us. He's not dealing with everybody. Okay. All of this is biblical prophecy. You got people getting mad at us for coming back to our heritage and leaving them out, saying that we're going to be the ones to rule in the kingdom to come. And these heathen, they get mad when we ask them out. Jake get mad when we say that the heathen ain't going to be with us ruling. But it says it in the scriptures. Okay. It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, repenting, turning back to YAHAWASHI. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. So the Lord turned us back to our heritage, right? After the falling away, now the Lord is bringing us back to our remembrance, our heritage, because this is the time for Esau Edom to be revealed. That's why it says, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. Right? That happened. Now the Lord is bringing us back to our remembrance. It says, and that man of sin be revealed. So now, with the Lord bringing us back to our remembrance, now the Lord, has made us remember who Esau Edom is. Well, he has revealed unto us who the so-called white man is, who is Esau Edom, because it's time for him to be revealed for the wicked devil that he is. It says the son of perdition, the son of destruction, because everywhere this red man goes, he leaves a trail of death and destruction in his wake. Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship. And that's what this so-called white man is doing. That's what he's doing. Okay. At the end of the day, he's the only one that is propping himself up as if he's the Most High, as if he's a God. Okay. So at the end of the day, he's going to have to pay for that. Right. So that time of that day of reckoning is finally approaching, to where the Lord is going to completely destroy this man. Okay. It says, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. It says, and now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. So this is his time to be revealed. Okay. So that's why, everybody is starting to look at this man to be the devil. Everybody knows that he's wicked. Okay. Because mainly through the prophets, he's been exposed. Also, you got these his own people going against him. These whistleblowers. Okay. Dishing and dishing out everything, all of his dirty laundry, so to speak, man. Exposing it, completely exposing him. All right. As it says in the Isaiah the 47th chapter, pretty much this devil is being exposed, man. Right. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Yeah, at one point in time, it was a mystery of who this red man really was. But now that mystery has been revealed. Okay. The Lord is the one who rose this devil up and let him do all of this wickedness. And the Lord is the one that's revealing who this man is. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Yeah, via the prophets. Right. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So yeah, it's talking about an actual man. It says even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. Right. So everything that this devil is doing is completely adverse. When it comes to the laws that he pushes and the things that he promotes, is completely adverse against YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. Esau is completely working, in the spirit of Satan. Right. He's being controlled. He's being controlled ultimately by YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. Right. But Esau is going to Satan and praying to Satan and so on and so forth. But ultimately, Satan is deceiving Esau. Right. So soon everything is going to turn against Esau. His enchantments ain't going to work anymore. Okay. What's that scripture where it says, stand now with thine enchantments? I just look it up on the internet, man. The blue letter, you got to be like super perfect or whatever. As a spirit, it came right up. Isaiah 47:12, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Yeah, the Lord is basically mocking this devil, man, right? His certain, curses and enchantments and witchcraft that he's so used to using, it ain't working now. That's why these devils is going overboard with more satanic rituals and sacrifices, because, their power is weakening, right? Because this is the time for him to fall. So, yeah, let's go from there. I'm almost done. Let's go to Isaiah 34, because with him being revealed, with this devil being revealed, after that comes what? Salaki about my voice, man. But with this devil being revealed, at the end of the day, what comes after that? His downfall, his destruction. Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath deceived them to the slaughter. Yeah, right now the Lord is, putting that tension between all the nations, and he's gathering them up in the land of YAHAWASHI in the Middle East to prepare for war, and ultimately to prepare them to go to find their judgment. All right, pursuant to you can read 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, how these militaries, they're going to try to war against each other, and then YAHAWASHI is going to invade, and they're going to try to turn their attention to YAHAWASHI and the angels, and the Lord's going to put the spirit on them to fight, to try to fight against them, and the Lord is going to completely destroy them. You can read that in 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, right? So it says it says, for the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, and he hath delivered them to the slaughter. So yeah, the Lord is going to completely destroy all these armies, the armies of all the nations, right? And look, if a nation don't got an army, how can they fight? These nations, they're about to lose in a major way, especially Esau, man. But these other nations, they're ruling with Esau too. They're over us. Okay, they're seeking the benefits of Esau being in power, but the Lord's about to take all that shit away from them, man. Verse 3, they're slain also. It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. So the Lord is going to completely annihilate these people, man. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the tree. Yeah, the Lord is going to rain nuclear missiles upon this place, right? Known as America. That's how this place is going out. Okay. What is that? Revelation 6. Revelation 6:13, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Yeah, when it says the stars of heaven, to John the Revelator, looking at those nuclear missiles, they looked as if there were stars falling from the sky, right? Because he didn't have the terminology of nuclear missiles or ICBM missiles back then, during the time where he was on the scene, right? So he had to describe it the best way he could describe it, using the terminology that he was used to at the time, right? Salaki, man. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Satan is being a demon. It just kicked me out of the blue letter. Lord willing, this video is still recording. I'll find out. But it says, but yeah, so during that time, John the Revelator, he had to use the terminology that, that was that was being used at that time to describe what he was saying. So it looked like stars falling from heaven. But he's talking about the nuclear missiles when they're raining down upon America. It's going to be 200 million nuclear warheads that take down Babylon the Great. It says, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. So yeah, man, this is the judgment that Esau is about to receive. Right? Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and that's the Greek way of saying Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Yeah, when it says my sword shall be bathed in heaven, when those missiles get shot out of their silos, they're going to go up into the heavens, right? And then they're going to come down, right? It says, and it shall come down upon Idumea. Yeah, his rulership is about to be completely destroyed. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood, and it is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahawah hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Yeah, Esau is about to be a sacrifice, man. Babylon is about to be a sacrifice, right? The Lord's about to take this place out, okay? In utter violence, okay? That's how this devil is going to fall. So this is the judgment that this man is about to receive for all of the wickedness, for all of the, the transgressions and the blasphemies against the Lord. That's how this man is going out, man. Okay? In a very horrible way. Bear with me 1 second. There's one more scripture I wanted to get. Where do I want to go? Isaiah 14, and I'm going to end off here. Let's see. Let's start at verse 11. Thy pomp is brought down. Let me see. Well, I start at 10, Isaiah 14 and 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? That's these other nations, pretty much seeing that Esau is in a weakened state, and it's getting about time to strike, man. Because like I've been saying, like these nations, they don't like Esau. They just know they got to deal with him because they're in power. They're waiting on his downfall. But that's why the scriptures say, why did the heathen rage? Because these people, these nations, they know that Esau is done, but they're thinking that they're going to be the next ones to rule. But that's not so. According to the scriptures, when it said for Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the Israelites are going to be the next ones to rule. Verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, yet that pride, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee. Worm pretty much represents decay, right? And the worms cover thee. So it represents, pretty much like a decaying, rotting flesh, okay? And that describes Esau's, rulership. It's decaying. His kingdom, Babylon, is decaying, right? And he's about to be taken down. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Which Lucifer just means light bearer or bearer of light. That's why Esau has a secret society. Well, it's not so secret anymore, called the Illuminati, which means pretty much the enlightened ones, right? It says, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground? Yeah, this is speaking about Esau, Edom. It says, which didst weaken the nations. 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. That's why Esau got satellites out of space. He has his so-called space station, so on and so forth, man. Right? So these scriptures fit the so-called white man to a T, man. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So Esau trying to have that God complex and pretty much, being the seat of the Most High, so to speak. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Yeah, Esau is about to be brought down to very low conditions, man. He's about to fulfill what he truly is, which is a base man. So he's about to be abased, brought very low. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Yeah, because everybody is going to, because Esau is finally going to be taken down, and he's going to be in his beast. He's going to be in a beast-like state, like how the Lord did King Nebuchadnezzar, like how Esau was going back to the caves, grunting and eating juniper roots, so on and so forth, man. Right? Grunting and when they was wearing their clothing that to the point that it just disintegrated onto their bodies because they didn't wash, laying down with lice and bugs, pretty much in a beast state. That's the state that Esau is going to, right? And we're going to look at this devil and say, we're going to tell our children about this devil, and they're going to look at him and say, this the man that was once, in power. We're going to be mocking him, just like how they mock us in our downfall. We're going to be mocking Esau, right? Laughing at him, kicking his ass, man, for 1,000 years. It says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. So yeah, this devil, once he falls, he's never going to come back into power. And this is the point: prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahawah of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahawah. So yeah, Esau is about to take that ultimate L, man. But yeah, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, man. And that's pretty much all I got. Want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to my elders and apostles of great millstone that rule well, who taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. Peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.